Alrighty guys, welcome back to another load data video. So today on ACME Bullets, we're going to do the 9mm 145 grain round nose. So we kind of jumped back to the 9mm because we forgot about this one. I was at an IDPA match actually, and a lot of guys were talking about this bullet specifically, so I figured I would do some load data on it. So our case overall length on these ones comes out to 1.130. We got a CCI primer, and on this one we have some federal brass. For velocity range, we should be anywhere between 750 feet per second all the way up to like 1050. I don't think we'll actually get all the way to the 1050, but we might have one or two that should be right in that ballpark. So for powders, we chose the Titegroup, and this is the next one's a little bit of a new one, is the CFE Pistol. Had some guys ask about that one. That one is on the little bit slower side for burning, for burn rate, I should say, on the powder charts. And then the Accurate number 7, which is a really common one we use, and then the kind of old trusty Power Pistol. This is a little bit of an older powder and a little bit tougher to find, but I get that, and just in case if some guys do have some of it on the shelf, just like we did. So we got about 5 different step loads of each powder, and we're going to give them a shot and see what they do. And so we'll meet you guys on the range and we'll shoot some up, and then we'll talk about it after then. All right, and we made it out to the range. Another beautiful July day. Today we're coming to the end of July, coming to it slowly. Next thing you know, we're probably gonna be shoveling snow. So, shooting these up with the Sig Sauer P320 X5 Legion. It's kind of a mouthful. Nice gun though, super light slide. I really like it a lot. Very comfortable to shoot. Obviously shooting these over the Garmin Chronograph as well. So let's get these shot up. We're at about 10 yards here, and we'll collect all the data out here, and then we'll go back inside just like normal and go through it then. Alrighty guys, welcome back into Willie's. Now it is the best part of the video, the part that everybody's been waiting about, the data, the load data chart that I make for you guys. So no longer wait, here it is. So obviously this is for the 9mm 145 grain round nose, no lube groove bullet. That's what the NLG stands for. If you ever see that on our website and you're like, what the heck does NLG stand for? That's what it stands for, no lube groove. So this thing is smooth from the top of it to the bottom of it. There's no crimp groove or lube groove. Now this bullet does have a little bit of a beveled base to it to make it easier for loading aspects. Now for this bullet, my first initial thought is I liked it. Normally I was never really like into the shooting the heavier bullets, but I do like it. It's a lower recoiling load, especially on the lower side of this, and the nice thing about that is you can still meet power factor because it's a heavier bullet. For you IDPA guys, Cowboy Actions really aren't shooting this, but the IDPA, the USPSA stuff, all that other stuff that you have to meet power factors for, this would be a great bullet for that option. So case overall length on these is 1.130. Our sectional density on this bullet is a 0.163 bullet diameter, just like all of our 9mm. Besides a few of them actually are sized a little bit smaller for tight chambers, but this one's sized to 0.356. We do have other ones that are sized to a 0.355, but those ones are more for like competition tight chamber guns. This one's for your pretty standard 356 diameter bullet. This, for firearm choice, we shot these out of the SIG P320 X5 Legion. Now this gun is a pretty slick gun, super soft and easy slide. It does have like the tungsten filled grip, so it's a little bit larger and heavier. It's more of a competition style gun, but that's what these loads are kind of made for, as a competition style. And for case, for our brass casing, we chose some federal brass, and for our primer, we chose a CCI number 500 small pistol primer. So that's our baseline for our data there, and now we can get to the powders. So our first powder that we selected, which was the CFE Pistol. Now this was our first time loading this in, I think actually any of our pistol cartridges, and I enjoyed it, I liked it. The thing about the Power Pistol is it's a little bit of a slower burning powder compared to some of the other powders out there. And actually this was our most accurate powder tested out of the ones that we chose. And that could be a little bit more pistol specific. Doesn't mean that's necessarily going to be the case for you, but that was just the situation for us. So start at 750 feet per second at 3 grains of powder, and we climbed it all the way up to 1050 feet per second at the 4.7 grains of powder. So now for these loads that are in the 1000 to 1050 feet per second, quite a bit more recoil, and you are way over like a 150, 160 power factor. So if you're looking, I guess, for some super hot and heavy 9mm like bear loads or something, that would be a good option. But otherwise, if you're looking for a competition load, you're definitely going to want to be on the lower side of these. Like I said, the CFE Pistol was a really good one. I liked it. It was our most accurate powder tested out of this firearm here. The next one, which is the Hodgkin Titegroup. This one, you see a lot of it. You see a lot of data for it. It's a pretty common powder. It started at the 2.7 grains at the 750 feet per second mark. Now, I actually did have a load smaller than this, but it wasn't enough. This slide is extremely easy to move, and it was still struggling getting that thing all the way back. Had some malfunctions in it, so scratched it. Did not use that data anymore. But then we climbed that one all the way up to the 1,000 feet per second at the 3.9 grains of powder. Titegroups great because it's usually a very small charge of powder, so you can usually get a lot of loads out of a big jug, which is the good thing about Titegroup. Then we went to the accurate powders at the number 7. This one didn't really show anything until we got a little bit quicker compared to the other powders that we tested, starting at 850 feet per second, so about 100 feet per second faster than the other powders at 5.3 grains of powder. And the number 7 is a really fine powder, and it takes a lot of powder in the case. We climbed it all up to 1,050 feet per second at the 6.7 grains of powder. Like I said, that's quite a bit larger charge than the other powders. The other powders are right around the 3 grains, all the way up to like just over 4, where this one's already at 6.7 for its max load. So nothing's really special about the accurate number 7 that I would note, but it's a powder out there that you could use if you're looking for it or if you have it. Then the last one is the Alliant Power Pistol. Now this powder is going to be the hard to find one out of this whole group. It's an older powder. A lot of guys either don't have it or they still do have it, and they got like one jug left that they're just holding on to that they don't want to use. But if you want to use it for this with our 9mm 145 grain, you could. So I did have some, so I wanted to use it. 750 feet per second at a 3.1 grain charge. Now this one, I only got it to 1,000 feet per second at 4.5 grains of powder for the charge on that one. Now the Power Pistol was our number 2 probably for most accurate. The CFE Pistol just had a little bit of an edge on it. The groupings were really good with the CFE Pistol, and the Power Pistol, it was right behind it. So the thing I see here is if the powder has the word pistol in it, maybe it's a good powder for it. But there's the data for you guys. Like always, we appreciate you guys watching the videos. Go like and subscribe. If you haven't seen some of our other videos, go check them out on our channel. We work really hard to be able to make these videos for you guys, and we're going to continue to do it. I've been working on a 30-30 video for our extra video, and we're just not quite there yet. We can't get really great data yet, and we want to make sure what we're putting out is good stuff for you guys. It is a video it's going to be about our 30 cal 155 grain bullet. And the different sizes, we just sized a couple different. So normally we size them at a 0.309 diameter. And then we size some at a 0.310 diameter. And then we did some at the 0.311 diameter to see if the diameter of the bullet maybe has a little bit of a playing factor in there. I will tell you the first thing that we have figured out for sure with that is some velocity stuff. So stay tuned for that video. Hopefully it'll be coming out within a week or so. Fingers crossed for that one. I'm excited about that video. Another little note, if you take a look over here to the right, yes, this is some ammo that we have been working on too. This is in the very early stages of it, and we are excited to hopefully be able to sell this to you guys with our bullet loaded into some fresh virgin brass, and that way you guys don't have to reload. If there's some guys out there that I know despise reloading, but the only reason they do it is for a cost-efficient way and to be able to shoot our bullets. But maybe with this option, you'll be able to shoot our bullets, still be a pretty cost-efficient way. So stay tuned for those too. Pretty excited about those and that 30-30 video, guys. Like always, have a good weekend. Go like and subscribe.